Today, Jesus speaks to us in the gospel as the Good Shepherd, not the hired hand, but the shepherd who willingly, of his own power, of his own choice, lays down his life for his sheep. The hired man we hear about is the one who leaves the sheep to the wolves. Well, what a good gospel. Even though usually when we preach on this gospel, we preach about what it is to be a pastor in the church, what it is to be a priest, etc. I think what a great gospel for us today to celebrate mothers and sons. How well it describes what it is to be a good mother. And I think it bears repeating and focusing on that mothers are the first and usually the most important shepherds for their children. They shepherd them into life itself and into the world. If you think about it, throughout most of human history, giving birth itself was so dangerous that it often could quite literally mean that a mother would lay down her life for bringing her child into the world. And even if giving birth today is much safer than it once was, it still is not entirely without danger. There is a risk in giving birth. And we think, too, of the incredible pressures from our society and from careers against having children, and how that choice that a mother makes to have a child is a courageous one. It is one that in some respect involves sacrifice, and in some respect laying down her life. Well, we know from our gospel that part of the Good Shepherd's job is, as opposed to that hired man's, is to guard against the wolves. And I think that this must be one of the hardest and most anxiety-producing parts of any mother's life. I know that my own mother lost a lot of sleep worrying about different dangers to me and to my brothers. And she kept worrying about her children until she died. So it's a lifelong thing for mothers, I think. At least it was for mine. There are, in fact, truly, so many wolves out there to worry about. And yet, as we all know, I think, if we think about it, and I can't say this as a parent, but as somebody who has nieces and nephews and has the experience of couples raising children, is that we can't protect children from every danger. We can only hope to alert them to danger and to prepare them for those dangers, for those wolves of life as best we can. Well, as people of faith who come together this morning or any day, we must find strength for our fears, for our challenges in the Lord Jesus, the Good Shepherd. And mothers, as shepherds with the Lord, the surest and only reliable way to keep your sons from the wolves of this world is to help them to know and to love and to grow in knowledge of the love of the Good Shepherd. You're sending them here with all the sacrifices that entails is one way, we hope, to help them to get to know and love the Good Shepherd through the education they receive, through the experience of brotherhood that is so important here, through all the many life lessons that come through this experience of coming to Fairfield Prep. We hope that above all, the graduates of Fairfield Prep will have an experience of the love of the Good Shepherd. And finally, I think that mothers, you have been the shepherds, but you're also teaching your sons to be shepherds. You're shepherding. You're caring for them. You're protecting them. You're laying down your life for them. It is ultimately about teaching them to be good shepherds, whether it's in family life or in religious life or whatever life they choose. It's to be good shepherds. It's to be people who lay down their lives in service for the good of others. And in that respect, you are the first teachers in the church. You are the most important teachers in the church, more important by far than I am, or any bishop, or the pope. You are the teachers of the good shepherds. You are the ones who allow them to become good shepherds. And that is, I think, the noblest vocation there can possibly be.